MediPrint, your future medicinal blueprint.
Good morning, everyone. Please welcome our potential investor, Mr. William, to our company meeting today. To start off with our meeting, I'll briefly introduce our company structure. MediPrint is a company that has been established since 1965, based in Kuala Lumpur. We are currently the leading pharmaceutical company in Malaysia, specialized in drug development of cardiovascular disease. I will now introduce our board of directors present. From the left is the Chief Financial Officer, Head of Commercial Operation, Regulatory Officer, Head of Patient Advocacy, and also Head of Research and Development. Today's meeting agenda is to consider and discuss whether our drug, cholesterol, is suitable to proceed into phase 3 clinical trial. We will be very happy if Mr. William will actively participate in this meeting, and please do not hesitate to voice out your concerns and opinions during the meeting. To start off, can we invite the Head of Research and Development to update us on the finding of phase 2 clinical trials?
Based on our findings in phase 2 clinical trial, cholesterol was able to increase HDL and decrease LDL in the disease volunteers. During the trial, the test subjects showed some of the following side effects: loss of appetite, gas, joint pain, cold symptoms, dark urine, and upper right abdomen pain. However, duration of phase 2 might not be long enough to show these long-term side effects. Our drug was also able to suppress the side effects of dyslipidemia, which can lead to type 2 diabetes mellitus throughout the course of study.
Through heterogeneity of test subject population, we have proven our extensive understandings of distribution of cholesterol ester transferase, the targeted protein in human body, which prevent the adverse side effects of cardiovascular disease caused by atherosclerosis.
Hence, we would like to propose to enter phase 3 study to collect most of the safety data and confirm whether or not the product offers a treatment benefit to all of the population in the world.
Jaen, may we know what is the current statistics of high cholesterol patients?
According to the worldwide statistics, high cholesterol is one of the major causes of deaths, with 2.6 million deaths per year worldwide. It also results in other systemic diseases such as cardiovascular disease, which are particularly extensive in the Asian and African communities. This therefore gives us a large population as our target consumers.
Are there any similar drugs that are currently being developed?
Currently, it was proven by Pfizer that their proposed drug, torcetrapib, was shown to cause heart attacks and death instead of preventing them. However, Merck is currently waiting for their official publications of Pfizer's failure to proceed to phase 3 clinical studies, as results from their phase 2 trials showed that their drug was safe and well tolerated by the test subjects. It also succeeded in reducing LDL and raising HDL levels without causing any serious side effects.
Other than that, a combination therapy is being developed by Abbott and AstraZeneca. This therapy combines triphylics by Abbott and a statin from AstraZeneca called Crestor. According to their study, it was able to lower LDL levels by 28.7%, cut triglycerides by 40.3%, and increase HDL by 23% after only 12 weeks of study. Therefore, may I know how is your drug better than the ones that are currently being developed?
Our statistical result shows that cholesterol can increase the level of HDL by 22 mg per deciliter, which is around 23.2%, decrease non-HDL cholesterol by 45.5 mg per deciliter, which is around 110%, and cut triglycerides by 41%. The overall results show that our drug is more efficient. Also, this is only a single drug, whereas theirs is a combination of 2 drugs, which will increase test subject compliance.
Based on your results, it does show increased effectiveness. Recently, Roche also failed to create a HDL booster drug, torcetrapib, in their large clinical trial, as it only increased HDL levels by 30%. But it was still less than that of other drugs and of course less than yours. Additionally, Eli Lilly and company's drug evacetrapib failed to prevent heart attacks and strokes in their large clinical trials, even though it managed to lower LDL by 13%, decreased triglyceride levels by 16%, and increased HDL levels from 53 to 128% during their preliminary trials. Therefore, based on our current market situation, I agree with the progression to phase 3 trials, because if this drug gives promising results, it will give us a good marketing platform.
So wait, after analyzing our phase 2 report, do you have any feedbacks?
The report of phase 2 clinical trial presented the improved formulation of drugs, which shows desired drug efficacy as a treatment purpose is achieved, which proved to have preliminary evidence of efficacy and safety with minimal adverse side effects. So R&D also confirmed the clinical dose of 10 mg. Compared to the drugs that's available in the market, the drug proposed by Medipran has a high efficacy on reducing LDL and increased HDL, which believed to be able to correct the test subject's condition on high cholesterol. And I would like to congratulate the R&D department on this achievement. However, I realized that the recruitment of the test subject did not adhere to the inclusion and exclusion criteria. So this resulted to the enrollment of test subject with decreased renal function, which is supposed to be exclusionary. As cholesterol is nephrotoxic, which will cause serious damage to kidney, this might result in failure to protect the right safety and welfare of the enrolled test subjects. So I hope in the future progress of clinical trial, there will be a tight regulation of inclusion and exclusion criteria to guarantee test subjects' right safety and welfare.
What about the feedbacks from the test subjects during phase 2 clinical trials? Were there any problems faced during the trials?
Many test subjects were satisfied throughout the phase 2 clinical trial of cholesterol. So overall, the test subjects experienced little to no side effects, and it was observed that 80% of the participants had a decrease in LDL levels and increase in HDL levels. In addition, they did not encounter sleeping difficulties, headaches, or muscle aches as experienced in other drugs. Participants also felt that taking the medication in tablet form is convenient for them. They were very enthusiastic about the prospects of the drug.
What are the requirements needed to enter phase 3 clinical trial?
As this disease affects the global community, we would propose to target on a worldwide scale with a sample size of at least 30,000 disease test subjects. This phase will last for an estimated duration of 3 to 4 years, depending on the data and the progression. We are going to use placebo to treat the control group along with double-blinded trial to limit our research bias. The drug will be given in an oral tablet form at a dosage of 10 mg once daily. The level of HDL, LDL, and triglycerides will be measured, recorded, and analyzed every week.
Jai, may I know whether it is possible to decrease the number of patients recruited?
I'm sorry to say no, because multinational clinical trials provide highly generalizable information for the medical and scientific communities. Clinical trials conducted across the globe are also good because populations in developing countries are underrepresented in research. We also believe that the large sample sizes with representative populations fostered by simple inclusion criteria and few exclusion criteria can provide us with more reliable data. This is to support a license application because geographically different trial sites are needed to ensure the product is safe and works in the same way in varying ethnic groups.
The international recruitment of participants for phase 3 clinical trial can be conducted at approximately 50 sites in 25 countries. Our group contacted 300 leading hospitals in Europe, America, and Asia that conducted phase 2 cholesterol trials, and we will plan on the recruitment of 30,000 patients that meet all the inclusion and exclusion criteria, and we will give out any appropriate data once they consent to participate in phase 3 clinical trial. We will also recruit a control group of 100 volunteers to further analyze the efficacy of the drug. The criteria of the test subjects are they have to be aged about 18 years or above, equal distribution of genders, they have high cholesterol level with intact kidney functions, and also low risk of cardiovascular disease. Also, to gain the public's trust, we can raise awareness by promoting widespread knowledge about the disease, as well as promoting research to cure or to prevent that disease. This can be done by means maybe campaigns, distribution of information through newsletter outlets, the media, and websites. This effort will also indirectly boost the sales of the drug.
Yes, promotion campaigns will be a very good medium to attract consumers because if they are properly integrated and customized, it will be able to give a 57% boost in effectiveness.
If this were to be executed, what are the guidelines that we need to follow?
The promotional campaign brochure should be prepared according to the SMPC, which is definitive description of the product. both in terms of its property, which are chemical, pharmacological, and etc., and how the product has to be used for a specific treatment.
Frankie, what about the financial status of our company? Can you provide us with the financial analysis of the year 2016 to 2017 and also the budget for the development of cholesterol for 2018?
The profit margin throughout the year 2017 is 2.4% higher than 2016. The higher the profit margin, the more sales dollars end up as profit. Based on the liquidity ratio, our company Mediprint also has higher quick ratio in 2017 rather than 2016. Hence, our company has a higher ability to pay all its current liabilities if they all came due immediately in 2017. So the next, the budget available and the total cost needed are listed in table 2. The cost needed for R&D is around $65 million. General and administrative expenses cost around $1.5 million. Utilities expense cost around $6.5 million. Employee expenses cost around $40 million. Marketing expenses cost around $60 million. And the other expenses cost around $30 million. So the total cost needed is around $200 million. However, the budget available is only $160 million. Hence, the balance is around $40 million.
Jaen, what about your marketing strategies? Is there a reason why you need this amount of budget?
Once the drug has been approved, we have to first apply for a patent swiftly before Merck applies, as they are also planning on the execution of phase 3 clinical trials. So once this has been secured, we can work on the branding layer of the drug. This is important to allow the product to be easily recognized and distinguished by consumers. From then on, a strong sales force can be implemented to approach hospitals, specialists, and general practitioners to persuade them to recommend our product to the patients. Other events may also include the promotional campaigns as suggested by Dini previously.
Based on the statistics shown, it is found that Europe, America, and Southeast Asia are one of the highest populations with high cholesterol. Thus, international marketing is required and all the methods above will need to be implemented worldwide.
Speaking of patent, how should it be prepared and when should it be done?
In order to apply for patent, we have to include the bibliography, the abstracts, description and claims of the drugs. So the details of the information required is further explained and can be found on the mini agenda on your table. Ideally, the application of patent should be after phase 3 clinical trial and before marketing and endorsement of the drug, because the approval takes about 22 months. So please plan the date of application so that it matches your marketing strategies.
Mr. William, after all the discussion, will you be interested to invest in the development of this new drug?
Based on your current findings and proposed marketing strategies, I think that this should be workable. However, how much funding do you need from me to proceed with the development of this drug?
Yes, Mr. William, this project will require an amount of around $40 million. Hence, we sincerely hope that Mr. William can place an investment of around $20 million in this project.
I can consider investing around $25 million in this project. However, due to the large amount of money that I need to invest, I have a few concerns. How much is the expected profit and what is the percentage of dividends?
Mr. William, the dividend yield and the dividend payout ratio are shown in the table on the agenda placed in front of you. The dividend yield ratio in the year 2017 is higher than that in the year 2016 by a ratio of 0.6. So you can expect to receive a 1.7% of the investment annually in the form of cash dividend if you purchase the common stock of $60. Besides, the dividend payout ratio in the year 2017 is also higher than that in the year 2016. Hence, you can also predict annual cash dividends to be about 0.31 times of earnings if you buy the common stock.
Wow, okay. I'm quite interested to invest, but may I know what will be the starting price of this drug?
The average cost of a box of popular cholesterol drugs that contains a 30-day dose are sold within the range of $10 to $16. Therefore, I forecast to sell the drugs at $12 per box, targeting middle-class consumers. Should the marketing strategy succeed, we may be able to sell it to 1 billion patients worldwide, which will already give us a revenue of $12 billion per box sold.
Wow, alright. After comparing with the other pharmaceutical companies, I do realize that Mediprint do offer quite a reasonable dividend percentage. Considering your drug is having improved and lesser side effects, I agree to invest $25 million in this project. So may I know when do we officialize this agreement?
Thank you, Mr. William. I will ask my secretary to prepare the required documents for you to sign and invite you back to finalize the procedure once the documents are ready.
As all of us agreed to proceed with phase 3 clinical trial, I would like to ask for the trial report of phase 2 so that I can submit to the public database for publication, and also the information for documentation before we proceed to the phase 3 clinical trial.
So, after analyzing feedbacks from all of you, it can be seen that this drug has the potential to be marketed and also have benefit to the global population. Hereby, I announce that Mediprint will heavily invest in the further development of colesetrapib. A great thanks to Mr. William for investing, and we look forward to working with you and also everyone for your contribution in this project.
However, due to the
cholesterol
as subjects as
This therefore gives us cut triglycerides by 40.3% and increase LDL by
Yes. Sorry. Sorry.